Hello and welcome back to the House of Monkeys. We've got an extra long episode today because I've got something special to show you later on. But for now, we're looking at February games against Spurs, Everton, Man United and Norwich, and then I'll cover March with Arsenal, Crystal Palace, Leicester and Sunderland. So we're sitting nice in 8th position in the table. Ever since they've done this update, sorry to digress, ever since they've done the update earlier this week, I've noticed the loading of the table takes a bit of a longer time. That's one of the bugs. And then there's another bug which I'll identify shortly that I've noticed as well when recording these videos. So sitting nicely in 8th in the table after the January transfer window had closed, and with the 0-0 draw and the 1-1 draw. And we got our Carabao Cup semi-final second leg to play as well. And I just wanted to show you some of the loan players, how they're getting on as well, just out of interest. If there's anything you want me to cover or something else to do in future episodes, do let me know, because it'd be interesting to see how I can keep shaping and growing this channel and video. So thank you. So yep, Ashley Hannon Wheeler is having a decent season at Sheffield Wednesday. He's scoring a lot of goals. I don't know about that currently lacks game intelligence. Will he? I might test him out in the Premier League, see if he can. But if he can't, then I'm guessing we can get a bit of money for a player that is doing so well. Ian Holland is another one to watch out for. Ben Link, he keeps doing lots of good seasons and having good experience, but I'll have to keep an eye on him as well. And Josh Achapong, he's playing very well out on loan, and so is Pierce Charles for Birmingham this season. I think they're top of League One, which is great, and he's kept a lot of clean sheets, so a backup keeper that's out on loan doing very well. But I will show you the run of games for February. So first off, and again the bug I'll identify first is when I'm doing the highlights of goals, I go on to goals highlights only, and you can see the score at the top. So ever since they've done the update, I'm really sorry, when I do highlights now, it's going to give away the scoreline before I've even started. So we haven't joined the game midway through. It's just giving the total scoreline and the total amounts that the minutes that we played at the end, which is a bit of a shame, a bit annoying. But hopefully they can fix that in the future. They fix a few things, and then it's always the case, isn't it? A few bugs kind of show their ugly heads later on, or something like we've seen now. So we are through to the final, which is great because Zimas was on his A game. We went 1-0 down, and then we came back 2-1, and he converted his penalty very nicely there. He's a good penalty taker, is Zimas, so he's quite handy to have on when you need someone to take your penalties. So yeah, that puts us into the final, and I'll show the final game later on. And next is against Everton, back in the league, and it was a close fought victory as well. You'll probably see a bit of a theme actually with some of the game highlights that were literally winning and we're winning by a goal or a couple of goals towards the end of March, which is great because we're scoring, which is what we wanted, because I'd tweaked our tactics so that we're passing into space in the final third, and I think it's paying dividends for us. I mean, we won 1-0 against Everton, we win 2-1 against Leicester, but we're scoring frequently. We're scoring in every game. Even when we're losing, sometimes we're scoring in those too. So as long as I feel like I've fixed that element of the game, and the team is now gelling together, I feel we're establishing a very strong team. Throughout the periods of where in between the games, a few players have been asking for an increase in their contracts as well, so I probably should point them all out now. Benjamin Arthur, who's our centre back, I've given him an increase in contract after the I'll probably share another one later on with you actually. Wesley Ada, who's our defensive midfielder backup, I've also given him a bit of a bigger increase in his contract. Some of us Philogene, I feel like he needs to be in the team as well, because he's quite instrumental. Even though he's a squad player now, he's still a very good player for us, so he's another one that I've and saying that, he sets up a beautiful goal for Gray, and yeah, I feel like keeping this team together is going to be quite important for me, because we seem to just be on the right road towards where we want to be and where we want to aim for. So it's literally keeping the team together and just looking at players now to really, really strengthen and fill some voids in what the gap is. It's hard sometimes to have a look at it all and try and keep hold of players as well, because obviously I'm not paying super wages in comparison to the Saudi league teams or some of the top 6 or top 4, if you will, that are finishing in this game. I just can't offer them wages at the moment, and that's probably why I go for a younger squad normally. If you're ever interested in why I pick people that are a younger age, because I feel you can control their wages very well. You develop them and then you flip them and sell them on. That is normally my strategic way of thinking in terms of Football Manager games, but this time round, now that we're getting into the established Premier League team and pushing for Europe places, I feel now it's quite important to keep hold of those players. And like I say, it was a 2-0 win against Leicester City, and it was also a 2-1 win against Manchester United, who were falling down the table now. Actually, they were around 3rd or 4th place, but now in a string of games they seem to be tumbling backwards, which isn't very good for them. Good for us, because it means that we get another win, an important win to keep ourselves pushing for those European places. But yeah, Manchester United not on the best of terms at the moment. But you'll notice Mayulu is getting involved in a lot of games now, and he's instrumental to how we're playing in midfield. Becoming a very popular player for me, and he is getting some assists, and Zimas setting up Garnacho, getting one back on his old team, who is also, I reckon, we have revived his career now. It's not a matter of if, I think we have. We've got a very good player on our hands. Remember, I've got him on option with, not on option, sorry, I've got him on a loan with a mandatory fee of 14 million, so I feel that's going to be a really big bargain for us, getting him for 14 million when he's produced a lot of good games for us this season. So is Ben Doak. I know I go on about him as well, but he's such a good winger, and another person that I think is so important to us and someone that we need to look after if we can. So like I say, that's why I feel the team are in a good place now. I feel like we've amalgamated or got a team together that can push for some of these good places and keep developing, because they are quite young. That's why I've gone for a young squad. And a lovely ball there, and Harry Gray absolutely dominates this match. 4-1 is the score, our biggest win in the league so far, I think, and it's against Norwich. So Harry Gray, keep an eye out on him in this game, because he has played absolutely phenomenal. And then after this game, because a lot of teams are sniffing for Harry Gray at the moment because he's a wonder kid and he's playing very well, I offered him a contract extension as well. That makes him our highest paid player. He hasn't accepted it yet, but hopefully he will. But we're offering him 100 grand a week and a 65 million minimum fee release clause, which he had put in there as well, which means we'll make good profit, but I don't want to sell him. So yeah, hopefully he signs that contract, and then that keeps those top teams coming out, because Manchester United were after him, and Atletico Madrid were after him, and Borussia Dortmund. So they're kind of teams that have got bigger reputation than ourselves. So it's very important that I keep a player like Harry Gray, because he's probably one of our top goal scorers at the moment after this game now. Him and Zimas seem to be very good in the striker options that I have as a centre forward, and like I say, I want to keep all of that together. So yeah, very happy with how we won this game and how many goals Harry Gray had scored. And they did get a consolation goal. That's something that I might need to look at next season. Seaman has kept a lot of clean sheets, but he's also I feel he's conceded in nearly every game that we play. The clean sheets are far and few between, so it's one of those that, do I tweak the tactics a little bit, or do I have a look at how we can strengthen the defence? It's definitely always food for thought in this game, and it's probably why I'm enjoying it, because it's making me challenge and look at myself and how I play the game. So yeah, very important, very interesting, because like I say, I feel we're conceding far too many in comparison to last season when we had Sam Tickle in goal. But we have definitely got a better goalkeeper, so it's a strange thing, but maybe and a really bad back pass from Peck there that leads to their goal, which I was frustrated with. I mean, Seaman's not fault there, is it really? Because when your midfielder's giving a ball away as easy as that, then it's always going to be a goal that's going to come your way. So yeah, ended 4-1. And like I say, Seaman's first game with us this season, so like give him the benefit of the doubts because he does make tremendous saves and he has kept quite a few clean sheets, surprisingly, when I've looked at the statistics as well. So first season, hopefully he can do what Sam Tickle did and then just build on from there. And he's a very good player as well. So like I say, I'm going to try and my absolute best to keep hold of all these players now, I feel. Especially if we qualify for Europe, because it's one of those that I've never transitioned to Europe before, so it'll be interesting if we do qualify, what I do there, because we have players out on loan as well that can easily come and do a job and help for backup as well. So there's all that to think of, and then depending on what budget we're given as well, how we have a look at to strengthen the first side or the first 11 with that sort of money too. So yeah, lots to think about in this game, which is probably again coming back to why I'm enjoying it so much, because you're not just doing tactics and things, you're thinking about how you can improve the team and how you can get players scoring, how you can revive careers, and how you build harmonization as well. So lots to think about, lots to do. So we've had a almost perfect February there. Brighton draw, so we're on an undefeated run from the Spurs game back in January, and with the Carabao Cup semi-final leg, we are in the final against Arsenal. So we've got 2 games against Arsenal in March. We've got one in the Premier League and then one in the Carabao Cup final, so our second cup final as well, which is mightily impressive in the amount of seasons that I've been playing this game with Preston. So like I say, a lot of 2-1 wins, I'll take those all day long. So we're scoring a lot more than what we had in the past, I feel. And Zimas was injured a little bit in the Preston game, and then Ben Doak was Man United game, and then Ben Doak was injured as well. So 2 important people that'll be out for a little bit now. But I feel like looking at the statistics for Gray, look, he's just scoring a lot of goals lately. 3 goals in there. Yeah, 5 goals in 4 games. Lovely stuff. And definitely one that we can keep developing. And 23 apps and 12 goals scored. Like I say, I think he's definitely our top goal scorer at the moment. And we've only been using him as a squad option as well. So yeah, 21 in 8. So he scored a couple of goals in other competitions. And then we only got him for 10.5 million. Absolute bargain, I think. Especially when we can sell him on for such high money. Like I say, Nottingham Forest, it does grow. The people that are interested in him, and that's why I thought I'd play my hand and give him that contract extension. And then looking at Seni Melu as well, he's absolutely one that's developing and getting stronger game by game, so that's why I'm giving him more game time. I feel he needs to be rewarded for what he's given us, and a fringe player as well, so it's interesting to see that initially a fringe player is now finding his way into the starting 11 all the time. So that's absolutely brilliant. And those run of games have put us third in the table. Look at that. Absolutely brilliant stuff. So 13 wins, 8 draws, 7 losses, and we're 5 points from second place, but do have a game in hand. Much better position than I think we should be. Can we keep it up? It'll be interesting, because those places, I feel like 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th are very close, 4 points in it, and then 5 points off 7th place. So it's going to be interesting if we can keep that momentum going. I think we're overachieving at the moment in 3rd place, to be honest, which is great. I mean, it's a testament to the team, to be fair. I mean, they're beating teams that I didn't expect to beat, and then we do lose against teams that you feel like you should beat, but yeah. And then on top of that, Mayulu has picked up the Young Player of the Month award. So like Zimas previously, he's picked it up this month. So that's, yeah, like I say, very good. And then Ben Doak is out for a little bit. Zimas has just come back now, and hopefully we can work him back into the team, get his fitness back up and running, but Ben Doak will have to look after a little bit. You haven't signed players that are prone to injury, which is great, because it's a mistake I've learned in the past when I've played previous football managers, where I picked up players and then didn't read about their injuries, and then you're wondering, why are they always injured? And that was the reason why, because they're prone to injury. But we haven't had that this time round. And then having a look at our data center again, which I absolutely love, and we're absolutely smashing it, performing better than average. So I wonder what that is based off. I wonder if it's based off the predictions that the media are given at the beginning of the season, or if that's the average is middle of the table and then we're doing better than that, which we would be if we're sitting in 3rd. And Ben Doak is getting a lot of goals and assists, and so is Meulu now. He's got 5 goals and 7 assists, so he's nearly catching our top assister. So that's really good to see. So happy with how this team is developing and panning out. So March I feel is quite important. We've got 2 more games. Crystal Palace is our rival, I feel, in the league. Then we got Arsenal Cup final and Sunderland. So it'll be interesting to see how I rotate the team to try and keep. I feel we need to play our best 11 for the final. And then we lost against Arsenal 2-1 in the league. Harry Gray again being set up by DeBerry and getting us 1 goal to the good. Early good strong start, but Arsenal just shifted it up a couple of gears. They've got such a good team, and they're showing us why they're at top of the table and why they're deserving of becoming champions. They spend well. They've already established academy and youth, because Farah's come through their youth academy. I had a look at him, and he's like worth 160 million already, and he's only 19. So it's a bit like that's the kind of challenge we've got against us, because I've nowhere near got players that are 19 years of age and worth that much. I mean, Ashley Hannon or Osakuma are my youth prospects, and they're worth what, 15 to 20 million. So yeah, I mean we've got lots to cover in terms of being like the likes of Arsenal and Manchester City in that aspect. But it's something that we can aspire to be, which is great. So yeah, 2-1 loss, which wasn't good, but understandable considering Arsenal are top of the table. And then Crystal Palace, like I say, they seem to be our rival, always in and amongst us in the table, and a team that we either win closely by or lose closely by or draw. So yeah, it wasn't to be today, and it was another 1-0 loss. But I would like to take us to the Cup final. But before that, international breaks are occurring, and my players are being picked up for representing their countries, which is great. Harry Gray and Benjamin Arthur have been selected for England, and then that was our board expectations for the upcoming game. We've got Ben Doak that's come back, so we might have to integrate him nice and slowly. I didn't hold a team meeting because I didn't want to put pressure on the team, but look at this, second Carabao Cup final for us, and this is all on my shoulders because I did as the first final, and then I've brought us to a second final, and then we've received 5 million for Hartman having made appearances for Ajax. So I'm going to put my strongest 11 on. I feel Zimas is good, but Harry Gray's just in the form of his life at the moment, and I feel he can get us something. And then Andrew Santos and Meulu with Kemlin in defensive midfield. Drexler does a good job, but I like Arthur and Koulibaly. Koulibaly is now becoming a really good left-footed centre-back, and then I'll play Bohm, and I'll do Scally. Scally's a bit older and a bit more experienced, and I don't think Mathali likes big games. I mean, you used to be able to create notes, and like you could establish of who doesn't like big games, and I never actually include them in the squad because obviously the nerves get the better of them. So we'll be nice and easy on them. Go out there and prove why you were winners. We're not expecting to win this game, and already a very strong lineup from Arsenal. I mean, they haven't got Raya in goal, which is surprising, and then we've gone with our strongest 11 as well. So this is it, a cup final again at Wembley. I hope we have 45,000 fans there to back us up. What a lovely stadium. I know it's not the real deal, but it's like almost looking a very full capacity stadium, which is great. And so we kick off. Whatever happens here though, it'll be phenomenal because the second final in the space of 5 years, well, a couple of years actually, because we reached the final a couple of years ago against Man City, and already look, Arsenal, how much it means to them. They're playing an injured winger, lightly injured winger, to try and get something out of this, so they're pushing for a cup win as well. And it's one of those. I think if you win this cup, you get the UEFA Conference, I think. I need to read the rules actually. I'm not really reading the rules. I just play and then don't really look into it that much. So I think, yeah, I do believe I am right that the winner of this qualifies for the Conference League, and then I think the winner of the FA Cup goes into the Europa League. Could be wrong, but I think that's how it goes anyway. And it's a fairly even contested game, but I do think Arsenal may win this, because we do need to be careful, because they've already just beat us 2-1, and nearly top bins there for Noani. Luckily we scave away from that one. But yeah, we need to get a bit of retribution here. We need to show them what for, because we're not going to lose to them again. I'm not accepting it. After saying I would. I think it's quite important for us to win this, to be fair. Our first different cup, that wouldn't be the championship. That would be great as well. Oh, 1-on-1. And oh, is it the post? Ooh, very, very fortunate. What I also find is none of the players run after the balls come back into play after that. If a keeper saves it, they don't initially like scramble for the ball. And the same with when they hit the post. Let me know if that happens in your games too, because I wonder if that's also a bit of a bug, because that's a bit strange and it infuriates me a little bit when I'm like, you should be chasing onto that and getting a goal. So yeah, it's a bit funny that seems to happen on the match engine, and like the goalkeeper blunders as well, I feel happen far too frequently, as we've seen in my videos in the past too. So something that they need to probably improve on. And there's our first goal, Garnacho. Oh, lovely. Told you we'd revived his career. And Meulu, again, setting up another player. Playing him as a channel midfielder has worked excellent, I think. Having that central midfielder on the right, covering that space in the middle, allows that channel midfielder freely to go where he needs to go, into the wings, and probably link up so well with Garnacho. So I'm very pleased with how we've done there. And good block there by Koulibaly. That looked like it was going to be destined for goal, that shot from Odegaard. 1-0. So can we hold on to that lead? Still 70 minutes to play for, and I wonder if it goes to extra time as well. If you're a draw, or if it goes straight to penalties. Again, I'd hate for a final to be decided on penalties. Exciting for the viewers, of course, but when you're a manager and you're a fan of the team that loses a penalty shootout, I mean, yeah, it's cruel. It's like I was saying way back when we were in the playoffs, and it was a horrible way to go out in the penalties, etc. You just don't want it. It can be cruel and joyful at the same time. It depends on who's on the right end of it, I suppose. But yeah, as time passes on, it looks like Arsenal have the upper hand at the moment in terms of their stats, or the stats of the game, and they seem to be all over us with the views at the moment, with the highlights. I play extended highlights because I like to have a look at some of the build-ups as well, and sometimes like having a look at what players might do wrong, just so that I can feel I can fix it. Oh, there we go. All even again. Josh King, 4 goals in 6 matches. He's a phenomenal player as well. I did look at him a couple of seasons ago, but I couldn't get him in time. So we're back to even. And I don't know if shouts help, encouraging the team now, just encouraging them. I feel that now that they've added that back, I don't know if shouts do influence the game at all, but it feels good to encourage the team, especially when Arsenal have equalised. And let's have a look. What can I use? Gary McAllister is pointed out. Go out there and prove your winners. Come on, yes. This is our second final. I've also noticed the shirts at the back in that changing room don't match what shirts they're actually wearing on the pitch as well. I wonder if that's another bug that's come out of that update too. Just something I've noticed. Not that I don't mind the blue kit at all of Preston North End. It's such a lovely kit, and a nod back to a kit way back when in the 90s as well, or early 2000s. So let's play a bit of balanced. I feel maybe positive is too much, because we're maybe opening ourselves too much in terms of Arsenal being on the top of the game or having momentum swing in their way. So let's play a bit balanced, a bit more balanced against a team that is much stronger than ourselves, to be fair, which they are. Ooh, that was close. I feel Seaman had it covered though. I feel he had it covered, but that was close. And then let's have a look at changing a few players. Now, normally when I change a few players, I'll either have a look at who's a bit jaded or who isn't actually having a good game in terms of ratings. So like if someone's a 6.5 or a 6.4, I'll try and bring them off if they can't improve it. That's normally my thinking and way around doing substitutions, having a look at maybe who's jaded, because I'll need them for the next upcoming match, or just who's not cracking on, who's not having a good game. And then also I noticed that some people have their feelings in terms of if they're anxious, if they're pleased. So I have a look at the substitutes and see if I should I be bringing on people that are anxious because they might not have a good game then either. So it's a very difficult time sometimes. Like fired up, motivated. So we'll bring Scally off and put Mafali on, even though he might not want to, but I feel that would be important. Put Ada on, and we'll leave it at that for now, shall we? No, I feel, Baum's not having a decent game either. 6.5, let's bring him off. So that's all of our changes. So let's see if we can get something out of this game. If we do go to penalties, we've got Zimas on the field. Because Harry Gray, as fantastic as he is, he's not a very good penalty taker. He's at the bottom of the list, which is surprising for a central forward. But Zimas and Duberry are my prime penalty takers, so I've got two good ones there. Oh, hold on, what's going on? As Tony Adams, as T. Adams fouled Garnacho in the box. Oh, it's going to VAR. Could VAR decide this game now? Oh, it's a penalty. Oh, come on. I don't know who I've got as my top penalty taker. I think it's Zimas in this case because he's better than Duberry. I should really have a look at that. It is Zimas. Look, number 9, Zimas. Oh, what weight on your shoulders. Oh, and he's converted it. Lovely. 3 goals in 5 matches. Penalty absolutely taken well, and that's put us 2-1 up. Can we hold on? We've got the lead again. Arsenal have come back though. They have equalised before, so can we hold on? I feel the game could shift now. With a 2-1 lead. The stats are going back. Look at that. We're a bit equal now. I feel that balanced has turned the game a little for us, perhaps. Being a bit of a balanced mentality rather than going all out attack and leaving ourselves open, but perhaps, you know. Oh, 7 minutes. This is nerve-wracking. You just know Football Manager will throw something like a last-minute, late-minute goal and then another goal, and Arsenal will win it 3-2. We've got 2 minutes to go. Got 1 minute to go. Come on, last couple of minutes. 3 minutes to go. This would be fantastic if we win this. And they've got 2 injuries now. Odegaard's got an injury. That's it. Yes! We've won the cup. We've won a cup. Oh, we've won the Carabao Cup and we're in the European places, aren't we? In the European places and won a cup. So I think we qualify now, don't we? Regardless of where we finish. Ah, oh, lovely stuff. I don't know why them are on. Oh, right. Is that my captain? Because I brought him off, he's in a tracksuit picking up the trophy. Lovely stuff. Hey, yes. Second trophy. Absolutely brilliant. Our second trophy. Love that. We've been knocking on the door for a while with the Carabao Cup, to be fair. We've been reaching the higher echelons of the tournament for a while now. I feel we've had good run of games there and well deserved. As a surprise win against Arsenal. Ah, fantastic. So, the other game, we're sitting 7th because we drew 0-0 against Sunderland. So we've got 13 wins, 9 draws and 9 losses. And we're a bit way off now with the points to Man City, and they've got a game in hand as well. But I feel we've qualified for Europe. So, no matter where we finished, it's a massive improvement on the season before. We had a really good run in February. March, not so much. 2 losses and a draw. And we played a friendly against Kilmarnock whilst the international breaks went on, and that was a high-scoring game too. So yes, nice 2-1 victory, and we are cup winners. It was 45,000 fans away. That's brilliant. And then Sunderland, who we draw against quite often in the Premier League, or they won through the FA Cup third round with that unfortunate own goal. So April and May are quite important as well, as we got Liverpool, Man City, Nottingham Forest, Southampton, Brentford. Fulham and West Ham. I'm still elated from our cup win, to be fair. So Benjamin Arthur, like I say, they got called up and he's got one cap. He's for England now. So our players are being selected for international representation, which is absolutely fantastic because I feel that's a reflection of how well we're doing on the pitch and the games. So Benjamin Arthur was called up. Ben Dokes wanted. I'm going to try and keep hold of him. Harry Gray's wanted. Like I say, look, all those teams, Barcelona. So I've offered him. He's got one cap and he's got one goal for England. So I need to secure him. So he's a leading Premier League player. Look, absolutely brilliant. So like I say, we've offered him 100 grand in terms of his contracts. And Wesley Ada was another one that we've offered a contract out because he's picking up international caps for Nigeria now as well. So we're having that experience internationally as well as in the Premier League now. And I feel that's why the team are bonding so well together and actually got a cup win. So yeah, Premier League. I clicked the wrong thing. I wanted to go back to Data Hub. So yeah, it's gone down a bit, our goal thing, which is funnily enough, but we're absolutely smashing it, I think. Absolutely smashing it. Team attacking is absolutely brilliant. Looking really healthy. Team's looking really healthy. The club, let's have a look at this now, because normally when you win a trophy, how do you get to it now? Club site, that's it. Look, let's have a look. And we've got our first Carabao Cup on the right. Look, whee! Lovely. 2027 finished runners-up and won the Carabao Cup in 2030. There we are. Adding to the history of Preston North End. Fantastic stuff. Love that. And there was a takeover rumour bid as well, floating around on the news. I've not seen anything come in just yet, but it'll be interesting if we do get taken over. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Stay cheeky.